It doesn't matter where a yogi may die. It doesn't matter how he may die. He becomes absorbed in the absolute. As the space within a jar becomes absorbed in the outer space when the jar is destroyed. Whether he dies near a holy river or in an outcast's hut, whether he is conscious or unconscious at his death, he merges into freedom and into unity alone. All duties, wealth, enjoyments, liberation, all people and objects in the world as well, everything in the eyes of a yogi is like the illusory water in a desert mirage. There is no action, either present, future, or past, which has been performed or enjoyed by me. This I know, without any doubt. The Avadhut lives alone in an empty hut. With a pure, even mind, he is always content. He moves about naked and free, aware that all this is only the self. Where neither the third state, deep sleep, nor the fourth state, samadhi, exist. Where everything is experienced as the self alone, where neither righteousness nor unrighteousness exists. Could bondage or liberation be living there? In that state where one knows nothing at all, this versified knowledge does not even exist. So, now, while I am in the state of samsara, I, the Avadhut, have spoken the truth. It is meaningless to differentiate between the void and the world of appearances. It is pointless to speak of the real and the unreal. Oneself, unchanging, exists alone. This is what all the scriptures declare. You may be young, unlearned, and addicted to pleasures. You may be a servant or a householder. It does not matter. Does a jewel require guru in order to be valuable? Or is it worthless simply because it is covered with mud? You may lack learning or literary skill. You don't require such qualities as these. Hold fast to the truth and let go of all else. Even an unpainted boat will take you across. The self appears as both the animate and the inanimate world, yet it always remains in its own peaceful state. It is always pure consciousness, as calm as the sky. Though appearing as the animate and inanimate world, the self remains forever one. Where, then, is the division? There is no duality. It is clear to me. The qualities of clearness, coldness, and softness are but qualities of water. Likewise, matter and spirit are but qualities of the one existence. Beyond all speech, beyond all name, beyond the subtlest of all subtle things, beyond mind, intellect, and the five senses, the stainless Lord of the universe remains ever one. If universal self becomes known, how could I continue to be? How could you, or the sentient and insentient world, still be? The self is said to be like the sky. Indeed, it is like the sky. It is pure consciousness, without any stain. It is truly the all-embracing whole. It remains unaffected, though it takes the form of earth, air, water, and fire. Though it takes all these forms, it remains always the same. All infinite space is pervaded by the self, but nothing else pervades the self. It is simultaneously within and without. It cannot be limited or divided in parts. It is extremely subtle and cannot be seen. It's primary to all qualities, the yogis say. It is the state that underlies all other temporary states of the mind. By practicing yoga unceasingly, without attachment to anything, little by little, a yogi is free from all effects of the qualities, the gunas. Against the dreadful poison of worldly lust, which deludes men's mind, there is only one antidote: the nectarian awareness of the independent self. The subtle images are seen within, and the manifold forms are seen without. But the independent experience of both is known by all seers as the inner self. Experienced without, it is the universe. Experienced within, it is the power of life itself. And deep within that inner life, the real milk of the coconut resides. The outer knowledge is of the coconut's husk. The subtler knowledge is of the meat within. And concealed within that subtle core is the coconut milk of consciousness, the self. On a full moon night, the moon is seen by unhazed eyes as one alone. The reality should also be seen this way. Where two are seen, that sight is impaired. Because there is one and only one, the mind which perceives two is false. He who teaches this is truly great. He deserves 1,000 accolades. A guru gives the gift of wisdom to both the wise and the foolish man. But only he crosses over this ocean of life who attains the knowledge of truth for himself. He who is free from attachment, free from hate, engaged in securing the good of all, firm in knowledge and steady of mind, he will reach at last to the highest state. The space inside a jar merges with the space outside when the jar is destroyed. The yogi, when the body is destroyed, merges into the universal consciousness, his own true self. The destiny of those devoted to action is the result of their thought at the end of their life. But the destiny of a yogi established in unity is not determined by his thoughts at the end. One may express in speech the destiny of those devoted to actions, but the destiny of those established in yoga cannot be told. They go beyond speech. A yogi has no particular path. He simply renounces imagining things. His mind then ceases of its own accord, and the perfect state just naturally occurs. Wherever a yogi may meet his end, whether beside a holy river or in an outcast's hut, his births are over. He merges in Brahman.